What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be looking at Fortnite's new Tilted Towers update. This is the first major update of Fortnite Chapter 3, so obviously it added a lot of content to the game, changed a lot, and we got a few new POIs added to the map. If you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more. If you would like to watch me stream on Twitch, it will be linked down in the description below, and probably as this video goes live, I will be streaming. And if you would like to use me for support a creator, my code is EvolveJake, just like my channel name. So the biggest part of this update is obviously going to be Tilted Towers, and Tilted Towers was brought back to the Chapter 3 Fortnite map exactly as it was in Chapter 1 of Fortnite. There aren't any changes. There aren't any like weird mechanics going on. It is Tilted Towers as you know it and remember it, which is really huge. I think a lot of people were concerned that there was going to be like some weird thing going on with Tilted, like we knew Tilted was coming back because it was obviously on the map and it was obviously frozen, but I feel like we've just been like kind of trolled by Epic Games so many times when it comes to Tilted with like Salty Towers, Bony Burbs. I think a lot of people just thought something weird would happen with Tilted, but that's not the case. We got Tilted Towers exactly as you remember it and exactly as you wanted it, so that's a great change, and I think it's going to make the Chapter 3 map a lot better. I've already been really liking this map, but the fact that Tilted has been added to it, I think is just going to be a really fun POI to land at. Obviously, it's one of the most iconic Fortnite POIs. I don't expect it to be here permanently, though. I do think they will take it away at some point, and that's actually what we're going to get into next, is that there's a Devourer dig site right outside of Tilted. If you guys don't remember the Devourer, this is the monster from Chapter 1 that destroyed some of the POIs on the map, and then we had the monster versus mech fight. There's a dig site for it right outside of Tilted. I think some people have kind of speculated that maybe the monster will come back to life and destroy Tilted. Who knows? But it's interesting that this dig site is right outside of Tilted, and I'm happy that we're getting little map changes like this again, because I feel like this is something that was really lost in Chapter 2. I feel like we really didn't get many map changes in general in Chapter 2, and we didn't really get little like mini map changes like this, where like there's a dig site for the Devourer opening up, and then this will probably progress over the course of several weeks and become something else, or something will come of it. Who knows? But I feel like that's one of the things that made Fortnite really special in Chapter 1 that Chapter 2 just didn't have. So it's nice to see Chapter 3 get these little like mysterious map changes. That's the only real aspect of the Fortnite storyline that I ever really enjoyed. If you think of like Dusty Divot, I feel like that's a really good example of that. The meteor hit Dusty, it became a big asshole, and then like a military base got like put there and they were like digging and studying something, and then the visitor broke out, and then it became like an abandoned military base after that. So like the progression of that POI, it's not like it changed a huge amount over that course of time, but over the course of several weeks it changed into something different. So it's nice to see that, and I hope that like we get more map changes like that in Fortnite Chapter 3, because like I already said, that's something I really liked about Chapter 1. Unfortunately, the Io Grotto Cave POI and the Mythic SMG were delayed. They were supposed to be in this update. There was going to be the Covert Canyon POI, I think is what it was going to be called, which a lot of people have speculated might be like the Grotto, and it will have a boss character which has the Mythic SMG. But that was taken out of this update. I know it was on the thumbnail, but that was supposed to be in this update. It was leaked for a while that was going to be coming at the same time as Tilted, but last minute it got delayed. So unfortunate, but there's still a lot of content in this update, so it's kind of cool that we have that for a future update, I guess. The IO drills have finished drilling, and if you go to any of the IO drill sites, there's a computer that you can activate to scan the area for chests, loot, and I believe it'll actually mark nearby players, and it can be scanned once every minute. So if you're in an area where these IO drills are, you definitely want to take advantage of that if you can. The Colombo dinosaur has come to life, and there are Colomberries around the map that you can use as a healing item. They're a decent healing item, but one of the main benefits of these berries is that you can feed it to the dinosaur and it will give you loot. So you give the dinosaur berries, it eats the berries, and then it shoots out loot. Pretty cool change, and this dinosaur is not aggressive unless you attack it, which is personally my favorite part of the wildlife. I'm not a huge fan of the wildlife in Fortnite whatsoever, but the ones they have that are just kind of there, and you can fight them if you want to fight them or just leave them be, that's personally what I like. And with this dinosaur, you can actually climb onto its back, and it has a blowhole that it will shoot you out of for mobility. So it's in your best interest to kind of not fight this dinosaur. Give it the berries for loot. You can use it as mobility. Should be a good change. I like that they did not make it super impactful in the game. The dinosaurs from before that would just attack you all the time, or the wolves, are so annoying to deal with. Not like they're really hard to deal with, but just like if you're in the middle of a fight or you're doing something in game and you have to deal with those, it's pretty much never enjoyable. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of the wildlife, but the Colombo seems fine. Doesn't seem like it's going to be much of a problem at all, because you can choose whether or not you want to fight it. It starts out as neutral. The grenade launcher was unvaulted, but now it works a little bit more like the snowball launcher where you shoot it and then it blows up after it bounces once. The grenade launcher used to bounce a lot more. It used to be on like a timed detonation back in the day, but now after it hits something, it will blow up. So this could be more or less OP. I think it's only in high rarities though. The patch note said that you can get it out of legendary chests and supply drops. So I believe it's only like purple or gold rarity. It's not like something you're going to see all the time like how we did with the snowball launcher. So that's good, I guess. If you can't get this out of normal chests and you have to go for a supply drop or find a legendary chest to get it, I like that way of balancing these weapons a lot more rather than just having everybody get this explosive weapon. Although obviously I would just prefer for the grenade launcher to not be in the game. I don't really know why they brought it back. The MK7 was nerfed in this update to do 3 less damage to structures per rarity. So the white one now does 17, and I believe the gold one does 22, whereas it used to do 25. So a decent amount of structure damage reduced on the MK7. It's not like this is going to completely kill the weapon, but it's going to make it way less ideal for just spraying through builds. And the Ranger AR actually got buffed to do 1 more damage to build based on rarity. And it also got improved accuracy. I feel like that improved accuracy is going to be a much bigger deal for the Ranger than the improved structure damage. The Ranger really sucks at shooting through structures because of how slow it shoots. It's not like it was weak before, but it shoots really slow, so it's like unlikely that you get damage through builds. And the MK was really good at shooting through builds because of its high fire rate and good damage to structures. So I feel like this nerf or these changes actually balance these assault rifles a lot better because the MK7 was just strictly better than the Ranger, I thought, because it was better if players built, and pretty much everybody is building in Fortnite these days, especially in the lobbies I play in. So I think that the balance changes they did to these 2 assault rifles will actually make the Ranger AR a bit better than it was before. I still think the MK7 will probably be the way to go for most players, but I'm excited to try the Ranger with this improved accuracy because I think the gun has a lot of potential. It was just really weird to use before with how much bloom it had. I don't know, it didn't even have that much bloom, but it seemed like I got really unlucky with it all the time, and everybody I know got really unlucky with it all the time. It was a really weird gun, but I would like to see the Ranger be effective in game because having 2 ARs that are viable, I think, is good for the game. As it was before, I really didn't know why the Ranger was in the game. The shield keg and the metal walls were added to competitive, but the metal walls only drop in stacks of 2 in comp rather than, I think it's 5 in pubs, which is a pretty good change. I feel like the metal walls are somewhat divisive, but I think it's going to be good that it's in comp just because of how effective the spray is this season. And it's not like you'll be able to full box all the time. I think the metal walls are fine as long as somebody doesn't full box in them. But if you're in a situation where you're just like getting sprayed from one team that's camping in a base, you could put down a metal wall and then they couldn't really do anything to you. But if somebody's pressuring you and like actually trying to get in on you and actually trying to fight you, the metal walls will buy you some time, but it's unlikely you'll be able to full box in them because I think you'll need to find 3 or 4 stacks to be able to full box now. It's still possible, but it'll be way less likely than it is in pubs. So I'm excited to see how this changes comp. In general, I think the metal walls are good for the game, but I think the max you should be able to carry is like 4. That way you can't full box in it, like I said, but you can use it to buy time or maybe cut off one angle that you can be sprayed from, because the spray this season is like really ridiculous and it gets annoying sometimes, and metal walls is really the only counter we have to the spray. So that's going to be it for this video. A lot in this update, a lot coming in future updates as well. I'm going to make another video in a few days about all the weapons that got leaked, but we're going to be getting a lot of new weapons sometime in Chapter 3. It's nice that we got Tilted. It's nice that we got the Dinosaur, I guess. The Devourer dig site has me really excited for the future of Chapter 3 because it seems like they're bringing back more traditional, like, mini Fortnite map changes and not just, like, complete POI rehauls. I feel like those little changes during the season actually go a lot to make the game a lot more fun and exciting. The grenade launcher is back. I'm not really too excited for that, but the AR changes, I'm actually really excited to see how this plays in game, and I'm excited to give the Ranger another chance and see if it can be like one of the best weapons in the game. If you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to give a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Watch me on Twitch, comment down below what you thought of this update, and I will see you guys another time. Thanks for watching.